As you all know, Sri Lanka is facing a very severe economic crisis, and let me start by saying that we are very concerned about what's going on in Sri Lanka, and we all hope that we will be able to work very fast to end the suffering, especially the suffering of the poor and vulnerable. We have reached a staff-level agreement on a 4-year EFF program on September 1 of this year. However, the initial disbursement of this program will only come after the board meeting. A board meeting has taken place. Now, a board meeting will be preconditioned on the authorities taking certain prior actions on which they are already working, and importantly, on reaching a solution on the debt situation so far. Sri Lanka's debt is assessed as unsustainable at this stage, and for the board to approve, we will need two specific financing assurances. The first would be from official bilateral creditors. We would need assurances that they will restore debt sustainability in the context of the program, and we need assurances that there are good faith efforts underway to deal with the private sector debt. So Sri Lanka is currently working with their legal and financial advisors on this debt element. It's difficult to predict a timeline because the process of debt negotiations is taking time, and with what we see from different countries that went through the process, these timelines differ depending on who the creditors are and what is involved. We certainly are supporting the process as much as we can, and we hope that everybody can work expeditiously to get a process underway, and discussions have been starting, including with support of all bilateral creditors that are involved. There were other questions on a possible downgrade and other multilateral lenders. On the other multilateral lenders, I would say that we are working very closely with the World Bank, the Asian Development Bank, the Asian Investment Bank on programs for Sri Lanka. Those programs would help closing the financing gap, but I want to say also very importantly that the policies under the other multilateral lenders in their areas of expertise will be important to resolve Sri Lanka's longer-term growth problems. On the downgrade, all I can say is that Sri Lanka is a middle-income country and remains a middle-income country even with the decline in GDP that we have seen. The EFF is not a concessional, it's a regular IMF facility.